You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go! Live from the 15 Minutes of Fame studios, 39th and Broadway, in the heart of Bayonne, New Jersey, cause we couldn't afford a spot in Manhattan. Welcome to the Shut Up and Talk Show. Give it up for your hosts, me motherfuckers. Let's go! Welcome to the Shut Up and Talk Show, or welcome back to the Shut Up and Talk Show with Uncle Ra. My man Geechi Gotti sat in with me for a little while, man. There's been a couple more things I want to talk to him about, man. And again, probably some of this stuff people already know, but for me,
it's different over here.
Born in Compton.
Yes, sir.
Raised in Compton.
Born and raised.
First time you left Compton.
Like to went somewhere, like the place I ever went?
Outside of LA.
Yeah, man. My grandmother and them, man, they from the South, man. So I went to Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my first place. Young. Okay, all right. So you got to experience that. I got to experience that. Okay. Like I was going down there every Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Like we a close family. You know what I'm saying? So like we was going there. That's one of my cousins right there in the cut with me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I went out there a lot of times, man, since a youngster, man. Like rest in peace, my grandfather. Papa Bob, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, him and my grandma, Mama Dorothy, they you know, my mother is, you know, they kid, you know what I'm saying? They got brother and sister, my auntie and my uncle. So since a kid, we going out there. That was my first experience of like getting on. I only said we was taking planes back then. We was taking Greyhounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we was on a Greyhound. I remember, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we was on a Greyhound.
Plane.
Yeah, plane. What's that? You know what I'm saying? Like
plane.
Let me like so we was on a Greyhound. I was young, but I remember them experiences.
From Cali
to Louisiana. Oh man, like a 24-hour, like. You know what I'm saying? It might be like a day and a half.
It's a nasty bus ride.
Taking stops, you know what I'm saying?
And when you're young, you're like, are we there yet?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
We used to like stopping at, I remember it vividly, we used to, like the bus had like an hour little stop in like El Paso because it take a minute to get through there. And they used to have the little bus station, but you can go in there and they play the little pinball game. So I used to be like, all right, cool. El Paso is straight. We can go play Ninja Turtles real quick, or Street Fighter and Mortal, you know what I mean, real fast. I'm like, we get to El Paso, at least we have fun. You feel?
It's time to go.
The rest of the trip, you sleep on the thing like this, man. Like, man, we get this with them sandwiches or whatever the fuck we
sandwiches
got.
or some fried chicken.
Come on, huh? You know how it's going. We doing it, man. Man, come on, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Bus rides, baby. And see, I asked you that because I know, you know, growing up where I grew up at, you know, it was some motherfuckers was adults before they actually left the hood, you know, and went anywhere. And I know in Compton, we probably still had motherfuckers ain't never left LA. I mean, never left California. You know what I mean? So that's a blessing. And what it also does is it sort of somewhat culturizes you too, because you get to see other shit. Even just on a bus, riding and looking out the window. That's a fucking cow over there.
You come
fucking
back and
a
tell
horse.
your homies
Where they do
about
that?
some shit, and they like, well, this happened. Like they visioning from the story you tell them, like the girls look like this out there, like they drinking this type of juice, and like so, yeah, like that. That's one thing that I will say I was blessed with, man, to being able to travel young enough to, you know, to where I was cultural enough to see different things and kind of learn different cultures and learn different, you know what I mean, people that know how to, you know, like know how to, you know, move too. Right. You learn how to move at an age like that too when you meeting different people and hearing how people talk. Cause we used to go to the South and they used to be like, man, we talk proper. That was their thing. Like, man, y'all boys talk proper. You know what I'm saying? Like proper. They know about like, but that was their thing to tell us. Like, you could be like talking like this was so proper to them. You know,
so different to them.
So different to them. So like, you know, like yeah, I'm definitely I'm grateful for that. You know what I mean?
Nah, that's fine. Yeah, because again, man, even me, man, younger, just being able to leave was really
it helps you,
yeah. Brothers, sisters.
I got an older sister. You know what I'm saying? I got an older sister. I got some step brothers. You know what I'm saying? Through my pop's marriage. You know what I'm saying? My stepmom, she had some kids. So, but on my side, I was the only child. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but I got an older sister. Yeah. On the real.
That gotta be. Was it like Trey's pop and Boys in the Hood, you know, he
had to go over there type shit. Yeah, right. I mean, it was one of the. Well, no, I won't even say that because Pops was around as far as like me being able to go over there, like me knowing my daddy's side of the family, all that, my aunties, my grandma and all them, so like, yeah, I probably didn't live with him, you know what I'm saying, because I'm living with moms, it just is what it is, you know what I'm saying, but as far as like me going over there and me and him still being a stand up in my eyes, yeah, all the way, you know what I'm saying, yeah, nothing bad, for sure.
But you still, in your, how far did he live? Did he live in
Compton? He didn't, he lived in, yeah, so he moved a few times though, you know what I'm saying, so at one point in time, yeah, he was living over there. I want to say it was still Compton, kind of like off El Segundo and Avalon for a minute, but then he moved around Linwood, Paramount, different spots. But all that, like, as far as Compton, them little cities is like 5-10 minutes. So there never was like no left states or no shit. But like
you was still single mother at home, just you and her, no brothers, no sisters.
In Compton, growing up, in my earlier years before they moved out each other's house, my mom's and my auntie, they stayed together. So my cousin, which is my auntie's son, we lived together, so we grew up like brothers.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna make it sound like I kind of had a brother, basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Wicked.
Not in the house with you?
Yeah, no, we was in the house.
Oh, he lived there? Okay.
For growing up, we was in the same house, you know what I mean, for years, and then they moved across the street. Like, it was like that, you know what I'm saying? So we still in the house, like, I'm over here, they like, you feel me? Can't shake this nigga, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like that. But, like, yeah, still, I'm the only child, though, you feel me? Still, at the end of the day, he is on that end until she ended up having a daughter, you feel me? So, like, yeah, I learned young, you know what I'm saying, how to kind of just, you know, take care of myself and film, because you got to think, I'm talking single mom, so she got to go to work, she got stuff she got to do, like, so at night she might work at nights and be, I'm in there, you know what I'm saying, if I ain't at my auntie house and with him, I'm right there at the crib, you know what I'm saying, so like, and that made me respect it even more now being an adult, now, because I can kind of see, like, the work they put in to kind of take care of their kids, you know what I'm saying, because, like, people know me gravitating to the streets and doing all of that, but just realizing, like, yo, they was just doing what they had to do at the end of the day. They gotta figure it out. They gotta pay bills. They gotta pay rent. They can't keep an eye on you 24/7. They
take
can
you
do
to work with them.
Yeah,
only once a year.
Yeah, you get to bring your kids to work. You know what I'm saying? You get that motherfucker like, man, you know, so y'all got some more pizza. What's up?
I don't want to be here.
You feel me? So now I respect it even more. Like, you know, the grind, especially a single mother. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because me being a father, looking at it. And seeing like, okay, man, like I'm looking at how I'm doing it, but like a mom, she like, you feel me, she trying to raise a man, you know what I'm saying? She trying to figure that out every day on her own, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? That ain't easy.
My mother raised 4 by herself.
Salute to her, man.
So,
yeah, so you
see how I turned out.
See how you turned out, though. You know what I mean? Strong black woman, though. You did
white woman.
White woman. Oh, that's even, hey. Strong woman, period.
In the hood. The only white woman in the hood. So we had a crazy upbringing, but
yeah, because y'all was like skin and shit, they was trying to fuck with you.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, watch out. Man, I know what I do. I don't throw these things. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's love. That's
so,
love.
Yeah. No. So, either way.
That's love right there, man. I love that story right there. For sure.
Now, growing up, when was the first time you got a key? Not a kilo.
Yeah.
A key. When did mom say, "Here, you old enough now, you can have the key to the house"?
I probably was like, I was still in elementary for sure. I was still young because, like I say, it was like I would have to be able to get in. And then we used to have like this little screen thing. I ain't even gonna lie. So I used to have a key, but we used to also have this screen thing that you close it like this. So I had to stick my arm under the shit and unlatch it. You know what I'm saying? So like once I was old enough to reach it and do that, like you gotta have a key too, just in case. So I was still in elementary with that. You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? So, but I say they instilled in enough of us like understanding and being, you know, respectable, like, you know, so even though, you know, like I say, it might have been times where I didn't do everything the right way, they raised me right, so they knew that, you know what I'm saying, that conscience would kick in, you know what I'm saying, like he responsible enough to understand like right from wrong. Now if you do wrong, that's just
gave him the blueprint.
Gave him the blueprint, you know what I'm saying, that's on you, but you know though, so when it happened, you ain't even crying about it because you consciously made them decisions. It ain't like some people just ain't. I do want to say, there's some people who don't got a choice. There's some motherfuckers' parents joked up on drugs, fucked up, and they out there, you know what I mean? That wasn't my story, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like my mom's, no drugs, none of that, getting up, going to work, handling her business, you know what I'm saying? On the real. My pops preached, you know what I'm saying? On the real. I didn't live with him, but I went to his church, went on certain Sundays and shit like that. So I was able to like, and like my grandma, yeah, my grandma and all them heavy in the church. You know what I'm saying? So me, I understood that word young too. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I understood that word young, like they instilled that in me. Like, On some like
might not have used it. It's same here with me. I might not use it all the time. But it's there.
But it's there.
Yeah. Oh shit, I need this right now.
Yeah, come on. I know how to talk to him when it's time to talk to him. You feel what I'm saying? He understand like I know he walking with me. Like I always tell people, I don't like my family Christians and all that. I don't specifically like belong to no religion. Me, as I got to the age of how I'm thinking on my own, I don't. But I do believe it's one true God. I believe it's a God that's over everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of just how I walk in my faith. And that's kind of just, that was the way they raised me up to just understand, like, it's somebody blessing you. You know what I mean? Shot, you ain't dead, somebody died from that shot. You know what I mean? You done been to jail, you didn't get life. There's some people who did that same crime, never got out. You know what I'm saying? You done went to, you start rapping, you making it. Some people who've been rapping their whole life ain't never, so it's somebody guiding you through this mud. You know what I mean? Don't think you doing this on your own. You feel what I'm saying?
You ain't better than him. It just happened to happen.
It just so happened, you know what I mean? It's a light on you. It's something that you know what I mean? It's something that you tie to, you feel me, a little bit deeper that you might have kind of, you feel me?
Facts.
So I understand that totally, you know what I mean? That's why I always, I make sure I try to get them honors, you know what I mean? Get at when I'm talking, like, let people know, like, man.
It's instilled with you. What you do is, you might not know this, but 15 Minutes of Fame's slogan is, we'll give you 15 minutes of fame. Yeah. What you do with it is up to you.
That's fire.
Right? I can't make you famous. We'll give you an outlet to talk your shit. And it's the same thing with God or the word. Here it is.
There you go. What you do with it, what you take from it, how you move with it, that's on you.
That's on you. So,
man.
Yeah, same thing.
I love
how'd your family feel as... All right.
Talk to me.
So how'd your family feel from the transition of you being in the streets?
Okay.
Because you weren't just in the streets, you were in the streets heavy.
Yeah,
right?
Straight up.
How did they feel about the transition from you being in the streets as your career started to blossom? And how do they feel now? Okay, so you got streets, career starts to blossom, superstar Geechi. So talk to me about that whole
it was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because they seem, like you say, at a time I was in it young, you know what I'm saying? I was in it young, you know what I'm saying? Like, I went to jail young, juvenile, you know what I'm saying, for a shooting before. My little cousin, he in the room in there, he can come in and tell you, like, yeah, he young, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, I was able to
I can tell you ain't lying, because I can see it in your eyes.
Was able to get blessed to get out of that situation, Lord willing. I always was kind of rapping back then, but I didn't take it serious. I wasn't battling, like we were rapping the hood and people like make little songs and stuff, but we wasn't really just like understanding it. It was just like, man, we rapping just
pursuing it.
Yeah, we wasn't pursuing it. We just rapping. We still like kind of wrapped up in it. Now that the battling started to kick off, and then I ended up going to jail again. I just told this story on Queens Flip, and it's crazy because now I just seen him. He had came in here and look. I went to the casino. You know what I'm saying? I had lost like a gang of money. On the ride, lost some dough. I'm like, fuck, I'm mad as hell. I had all, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm down, you feel me? So I'm like, man, I gotta get me some money, you know what I'm saying? So my boy who I'm with, my cousin right here, my boy who I'm with, I tell Ella, I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? I tell the mayor, I say, man, I gotta go get me some of this money back, man. I don't know what you finna do, but I'm finna give you some money. He's like, I'm finna roll with you. You know what I'm saying? I just so happened to pull up. I call him because I'm looking for whatever I need to get my money. Like, hey, I need one of these little things. What you got? All right, so when he hear me asking for it, he already know what I'm asking for it for. So he like, yeah. So when I get with him, he like, well, I'm going too. You know what I'm saying? My homeboy, rest his soul, Dulo, he just happened to be pulling up. Just on, this is like some divine shit. He didn't die, nothing to do with this lick. He died afterwards on his own, you know what I mean, rest his soul. But like at the time he pulled up.
We can't see you, go ahead.
I know, I just pulled up.
And we just went to go get it, basically. You know what I'm saying? We went to go get it, you know what I'm saying? Lord willing, we actually did pass and came back with it and we was all good. We just was so turned up and doing something later on and we get pulled over for some shit that ain't got nothing to do with what we did, and then they just crack us and, you know, we go to jail and everybody do their time and whatever, and we get out. And as I got out, like I say, I was in there, me and Dulo was in there together at my last days in there. And I remember when I was getting out, I'm talking to him, and one of the things he was telling me is like, bro, man, you get out there, man, you gotta, man, get back on it, man, get serious. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, we bullshitting. We ain't even coming back and forth in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, get out there and take that shit super serious, you know what I'm saying? Because I got out before Dulo. You know what I'm saying? So he like, man, and that stuck with me when I got home. And one of my partners was asking me, I think I battled JC. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first got out, you know what I'm saying? And he like, man, how much they be giving you for them battles? I'm like, man, like 1200, 1500, shit like that. The nigga like, man, what? I battle every day. You You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
$1,200 a day is a come up.
You know what I'm saying? He made me look at it in my perspective like, damn, you know what? I'm playing with my blessing, because he basically saying if I was blessed to do what you do, bro, I wouldn't even be doing this other shit, because nigga, I don't need to do this. You could do this and get money.
We say that about a lot of motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So he made me look at it like that, like, you know what? Let me stop playing. I'm like, no, let me get focused. Let me lock in. You know what I'm saying? So everybody around me in my, that's why you see so many people with me. They seen me literally going through it. They done seen me like, man, like nigga going in and out of jail for miscellaneous bullshit. They done seen me. I'm talking about sleeping in vacant, sleeping in cars, being down, bro, hitting licks, trying shit, getting shot, doing shit, whatever, however, they done seen it. So for them to see this, it's like, oh no, we gotta push him all the way through, because like nigga, this is it. This ain't no game for us. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, this is really our life. You know what I'm saying? It's not no made up shit. So that's why the people be with me. It's like, nah, man, like they be happy for me, and that's why I go so hard. Cause like I can't let no niggas down. Like damn, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a gang of motherfuckers depending on the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you feel me? Something like you said, niggas ain't never left the city. It's motherfuckers that's on this trip right now that never been to New York. Ever.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? They first time coming, they coming to support, but they also getting to be in another state, be somewhere different, take away. We done lost so many people, and people done died and went to jail to where it's like they never got these opportunities. So like just to, even if it's just one time you ever get to see this shit, it means something to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it's one motherfucking time you get to come to New York, you never get to go again, at least you know you got that experience.
You got it.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's what make me go so hard. That was my turn.
Back home and tell about
you go back and tell this shit and you live it. Like so that was like my turning point, I'll say, was when we caught that case and we was able to, you know what I'm saying, get out of that situation when it was over. Like, man, you know what, man, you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, I'm playing, man. I could be, you know what I'm saying, I could be doing something else. Everybody can't rap, you know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't getting called, because the battle leagues was bailing me out when I got bailed out to Battle Ave, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody can't call battle leagues and shit. I'm in there calling them on the phone, like, hey, man, hey, I'm trying to bail out, hey, man, how much y'all got? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, thought y'all said I'm bailing out. Where this money at, man? You know what I'm saying? Our bail like $200,000-300,000 at the time, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? So, yeah.
We bailed out at first.
Yeah, on me. We bailed out the first day, then they put a hold on us, you know? So, like, it was like all of that. Like,
another charge?
But they upped the charge and made it more, tried to make it more serious to kind of hold us, because, like I said, we never got caught in the act of no crime. You know what I'm saying? We never got caught in no act of no crime. You literally caught us. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You literally caught us doing something else and tried to attach us to it. You know what I mean? So, like, it was just a blessing that it worked out like that.
Now, don't forget where we started is the transition.
Yeah. So my family.
Now your career.
Yeah. So my career starts to blossom now. Now it's picking up. So now they see me. I'm talking moms. Everybody seeing me from where I was to me calling, trying to get bailed out. Me calling, not really having nothing figured out. You gotta imagine I'm grown. Like I'm still banging. So I can only imagine now looking at their head like, man, what the fuck is this nigga finna do? Stan, what you finna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you ain't finna live with me forever.
They say,
you know
get on
you're fucking these bitches, you having kids, you need some money, man. You know what I'm saying?
Get off, take the shit or get off the pot.
Get off
some shit like that.
So they so proud of me now is what I'm basically gonna say. Like when they love it. Like my grandma and them watch Caffeine. Like she be calling me like, yeah, you did good. I'm like, man, you just, man. I'm talking about after I done just got through that. You was a bitch. He calling me like that. You was saying some stuff. I'm like, what? Okay.
They ever quote your bars?
My auntie though, like my auntie, she love it. You know what I'm saying? Like she my #1 fan. Like she'll say it. Like my auntie Sean, she'll call in and be telling me like the stuff I done said. You know what I'm saying? Moms, she my mama. She just love me. She probably won't even. She'll watch it a little bit, but just be like, all right, as long as he's safe doing this thing, I'm cool. I ain't trying to. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't trying to hear all that. I'm too vulgar. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still her son.
How's the preacher?
Yeah, so my pops, that's the same way. Like when I do get to talk to him, when I do, he proud of me. Like I don't see him as much as I see them. I ain't gonna sit there and cap like I do, but when I do see him, it's always that. Like I'm proud of you, son. Like I see what you're doing. Keep it up. You know what I'm saying? Like and always be that same respect for me to him. Like you know what I mean? Like every time I do get a chance to talk to him and I'm going and I'm doing this, he able to let me know like, yo, you still doing that? You still, you know what I mean? Because he don't probably tune into it as much. You know what I mean? But he have let me know that people have let me know like, man, you know, like, hey, your son, he one of the, you know what I'm saying? He famous, you know what I'm saying? Like he one of them guys in that, you know? You feel me?
Pop gotta say, use a bitch.
Yeah.
With 10 to 20.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take him saying use a bitch.
Yeah,
instead of going to jail for 10 to 20.
Come on.
Good shit. Yeah, that's good.
For sure.
Yeah, and the cup is that This the one that lived with you? Or
nah, that's Wicked, man. But like, okay. She done lived with me a few times too, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Who's the cousin that was in the household?
That was my cousin Wicked.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He at the hotel room right now. You know
okay.
What I'm saying? But that's my auntie who I said my #1 fan. That's his mama.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Lived across the street.
15 minutes of fame.
You are now listening to 15 Minutes of Fame Radio.
Let's go.